Well, how y'all are this afternoon? It's your buddy George Jones over at the Bergen Gun Range with my trying to fix the blooper version of a video. So it's I did a review a few minutes ago on this gun, the Iver Johnson Cadet in 32 long. And what happened was the video went into portrait view instead of landscape view, and I don't have enough skills to be able to fix it. My skills involve this, you know, but I'm trying to do something about that. It's hard for me. I'm kind of a hillbilly, and I don't I ain't down with all this here electronical stuff. I can just barely get the video made and get it put on the computer and then get it put on YouTube. That's about as far as it goes with me in terms of video skills. So, with having said all of that, hey, I got this OU's gun. The OU's gun I got today is the Iver Johnson Cadet. Now, the Iver Johnson Cadet is a 5-shot, and they also made this in 22 long rifle. I believe they made it in 22 Magnum as well. The Cadet, this particular one, is a 32 Smith & Wesson long, 5-shot double-action revolver. Iver Johnson made 32 caliber handguns all the way from the 1880s all the way into the early 1990s. They went out of business. They had a couple of gun designs that they had put out on the market. One of them was the Walther TP, or the Iver Johnson TP automatic, which was a direct copy of a Walther PPK, and they got sued, and they didn't survive all the lawsuit. So they went under, you know, about 1993. Now you see Iver Johnson firearms out there today, but if you buy their 45 automatics, they're made in the Philippines. You know, they're simply a marketing name like Stevens. Stevens and Savage were together for years, and we're the same company, Stevens, Savage, and Fox. As far as I know, the Fox name is gone, and the Stevens name is gone and exists only in name. There's no longer a Stevens Firearms Manufacturing Group. There's no longer an Iver Johnson Firearms Manufacturing Company. They buy guns from wherever they can buy guns from. They put their name on them, and you know, and they're selling. They're using it's a marketing scheme. That's what it is. But this is one of the last versions of the 32 that they manufactured. It was called the Cadet. It's got a few little improvements on it. When I was shooting the gun previously, I find that when I stage the trigger, the hammer comes up and blocks my view of the rear sight and almost completely blocks my view of the front sight. So you just got to jerk it through there right quick and see how it shoots. Now this gun is a freewheeler. Okay? What that means is that cylinder turns freely when that gun's not loaded. Okay? Because it uses the rim of the cartridge case as part of the indexing function of the cylinder in hand. So if you get one like this and it freewheels, it ain't necessarily broke. Let's see how much ammo we got left to do a little shooting test on this gun, and we'll see how it shoots. Now I'm going to tell you right up front. We've got 1, 2, 3. Looks like we've got 10 rounds, enough for 2 cylinders full. That's good. So we're going to shoot this gun. I've got a Dirty Bird target up there at Dirty Bird bullseye target up there at 7 yards, which is good defensive handgun range. And we're going to redo it and see if we can demonstrate the accuracy potential and the defensive potential of this firearm. Okay, let's get some Shelleys out here, some 32 wad cutters that are S&Bs. Now, it's got a loading gate so you can load it in the normal fashion of a loading gate type revolver. But when you unload it, it's a pain in the butt. You got to take the gun apart to get it unloaded. So as a defensive firearm, this gun would probably work pretty good for you. Nice classic pocket revolver. But you might as well leave that 5 shells at the house. Those backup shells, you might as well leave them at the house, because it takes you 10 minutes to get that gun unloaded. Okay, we're going to try 6 shots on single action, or 5 shots on single action here from the old blockitation. Get it on camera there. 1. All right. Now, let's go through this. In order to get this gun unloaded, you have got to drop the cylinder out of it. So you got to push that button right there. Push that button, reach up there, pull that pin out. Pull that gun on quarter cock, dump the cylinder out. Now the shells just won't fall out of there, so you got to get up here and get you a ball peen hammer and peck them out. I don't know if the cylinder, you know, finish reamer for the cylinder was rough or worn out and left score in there, or what. But that's where you're at. And you don't have the convenience of reloading the cylinder and then dropping it back in the gun. That doesn't work. Done tried that. That's why that previous video was 18 minutes long, me trying to figure out how to get the gun loaded back, trying to put the cylinder back in it with shells in it. Push that button and line that cylinder up, get that lock back in there, and you can come in there and find some bullets. It's got some cartridges, got some bullets in it, and reload that gun in the normal fashion of a loading gate revolver. Oh, that ain't got no bullet in it. Let's try that one. Get that guy in there. Now you're all loaded. Alright, now. So you're hammered down on a live round with this gun unless you pull it back to the little safety notch. Then you're pretty good. Alright, let's try 5 rounds on double action, aimed fire. If you can aim it, you can aim it. Sure they're all fired. Yeah, they're all fired. Alright, let's go down here and look at our accuracy. Now this is a 7 yard, so we're, you know, I get to where I'm starting to test these little 2-inch barrel revolvers at 7 yards. So that's 10 rounds out of the old dirt on the old dirty bird target. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very acceptable accuracy. You know, very acceptable. This gun's getting to where it's about 30 years old anyway. It's an acceptable gun. It's like the previous gun test we did. I showed on the Harrington Richardson Guardsman. You know, it'd be a good gun for a security guard, night watchman, something like that. Guy that needed a little bit of personal defense, but wasn't liable to get in a gunfight every month. You know, make a good sock drawer gun. Make a good nightstand gun. You know, if you need to get out there and, you know, somebody's breaking in your house 3 o'clock in the morning, it's easy to shoot. It's not overly powerful. It's not incredibly loud, you know, but it is a 30 caliber plus center fire handgun. You can use it to defend yourself up to the 5 rounds. Reloading is I don't know. Well, that's about the size of it. Old Iver Johnson Cadet 32 revolver. Let me get out there and root around and find some other old obscure gun, and we'll do another gun test. Like, take, share, pie, commentate, and subscribe. Leave me an old $1 in the Patreon bucket on the way out the door if you take a notion to, and if you don't, I'll keep making content for you anyway, because I love doing it. All right, then. We'll see y'all.